Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
$1.780 trillion market cap. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2/2/2022. How about that one? Yeah. We are sitting at 0.43% up on the market. Careful what we call progress. 38,600 plus for Bitcoin, 2,700 plus for Ethereum. Cardano is coming in at $1.07, and Solana is at $110 and change. XRP is 62 cents this morning. Look at the range of price. We are ranging 0.6187 on the bottom and 0.6344 on the top. Maybe XRP goes for a little jog today. We don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. What I do know is this. Congrats to Uphold and JP Theriot, a sleeping giant with Uphold. Take a listen to this. Good news all around here. Don't forget, Uphold is on Link2, Private Investing Made Simple, and many other products like Ripple, Optoro, which just came on. New products coming on all the time. But listen to this clip.
Hey, what's going on, family and friends? Ray Fuentes here, Community Manager at Link2. Dropping in to remind you that Link2 has the unicorn Uphold on the platform, and the CEO of Uphold, JP Theriot, said last summer they're going public in the next 6 months, assuming nothing earth-shattering happens. And, well, here we are a year later, and they sure are being quiet. I wonder what they could have cooking up their sleeve. Also, shout out to Mr. Theriot for being recognized as top 10 crypto executives for 2022. Uphold is a community-friendly operation. They honored the Songbird airdrop, and we're also one of the only exchanges to continue listing XRP despite the ongoing SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Now, Uphold has 6 million customers and offers more products than Coinbase. You can buy precious metals, fractional shares, and most importantly, you can link Uphold's application directly to Link2's and purchase private equity using your crypto. So in summary, Uphold is a sleeping giant. Don't miss out. Thanks for tuning in. Love you mucho. See ya.
Really, really great stuff. And congratulations to JP Theriot for making that list. But, you know, it is true. We covered it back in the summer of last year when JP did say that, you know, they were either, going to make some kind of public exit, whether there was an acquisition or IPO. He really hinted to touching and coming together with some kind of platform that was like 100 million user base. And this stuff is available on Link2. I think the price is like $7.50 a share or something. It is pretty remarkable to be at that place right now, offering more products and functionality than Coinbase is right now. That's amazing. All right, take a look at this. This is DJ Peter Vass says Ripple sends 50 million XRP to unknown wallet. Here's the potential reason, and it goes into this, and it basically says here, it detected the transfer of 50 million. It was tagged to unknown, however. A detailed look into the data provided by BitHub, shows that in reality, the funds were moved to one of Ripple's extra wallets. It lists the number of it or the address of it right there. It says this address is often used for moving XRP outside the company to financial institutions and exchanges, as well as ODL corridors. Well, I can tell you it didn't go to exchanges because Ripple said they're not selling any programmatic sales since the fourth quarter of 2019 to exchanges, which means it didn't sell XRP tokens to exchanges during the fourth quarter of this last year either. Ripple also reminds us that they are buying it back off of the secondary market. Says it keeps seeing more global demand for ODL, which now boasts 20 payment corridors. That is pretty remarkable because it also purchased 321 million plus worth of XRP off of the secondary market. Good stuff going on all the way around right there. We're going to take a look at some powerful stuff from the World Bank referring to XRP and XLM as stable coins in just a minute, but take a look at this. CBDCs, Jordan's plan governing bank disclosures for central bank digital currencies. I'm not going to read you this article, but I did read it, and basically, crypto has been banned there, at the current time, currently, I should say, and basically the introduction of CBDCs could allow that to open that back up. In other words, they want to have the on and off ramp to the digital world in place before they start letting everybody participate in the cryptocurrency world. So, With that being said, we move to the next one, which is the Australian Aborigine Sovereign CBDC up and running. The first transaction on the first central bank digital currency for that sovereign nation inside of Australia took place on Tuesday for that government, the SYG territory in the country's northeast. That is progress, ladies and gentlemen. Here's more progress coming. Jamaica is ready to go in March with its new CBDC. Come on in. Yeah, to deploy 230 million Jamaican dollars. How about that one? Take a look at this. We know digital yuan in China is leading the race at the current point with the digital dollars of the world. However, that is now being challenged. If you think back to what we covered with Jeremy Allaire and Circle and the USD coin, 100 billion, I believe he said, has been issued, and then 50 billion used or something of that nature. I know 50 billion has been issued and used, and then he made a comment about 100 billion. But the point is that if the United States government wanted to come out and pursue a public-private relationship and said, we are going to crown the USD coin as the retail-facing stable coin to represent the dollar, and it will now be held to a heightened prudential by the Treasury and FSOC to make sure that it stays 1-to-1 or a surplus, instantly digital yuan would be number 2 and the USD coin would be number 1. Don't believe that, it's still true. U.S. now defines Bitcoin and digital assets as cash for large transaction reporting. This is a reminder of what we already know, but there's a lot of information flying around all the time, but I want to show you this first part. The United States infrastructure bill passed in November 2021 has a number of new rules aimed in controlling digital asset use. One major change is an 8-word alteration to the Section 60501 in the U.S. tax code defining digital assets as cash for the first time. What's interesting about this is defining digital assets as cash for the first time. Up until now, the IRS has defined digital assets as property. But regardless of that, and basically what this comes down to is that they want to be able to control all these amounts of money moving around. They even go on in this article to talk about you can't use bricks of cash anymore because that has got to be reported to the bank. In fact, the European Central Bank had stopped issuing the $500 euro note because it was the most valuable denomination banknote in the world in 2019 and intends to remove them gradually from circulation altogether. Other jurisdictions have signaled that even the $100 equivalent bills are too high and have expressed concerns over the use of illicit activity. The point of all of this is that they want to get smaller and smaller denominations of money because they don't want you using large amounts of money that they can't track or tax. That's the point. Whatever your opinion on the fairness of constitutionality of cash digital asset reporting requirements, the fact is that governments today will not tolerate any method of transferring large amounts of value outside the official financial system. Any technology or method that allows parties to skirt these laws will last only as long as it remains obscure and or small and effectively useless to most. Most blockchains themselves are detailed and permanent record of all transactions, so using them for illicit activity and tax evasion is a false promise. New definitions, international regulations will make it easier to identify large movements of value, but all users should be fully aware of these realities before acting. This is exactly what happened for years with Bitcoin, isn't it? Everybody said, oh, you can't trace it, you can't trace it. Oh yeah, well ask the people that have been busted using it. Ripple partners with fintech giant Modular to bring seamless payments to the UK and Europe. We covered this yesterday, but I want to go into just a piece of this just to remind you just how big it is. Ripple and Modular's collaboration will help companies such as Trust Payments to improve its cross-border system of payments thanks to Ripple-powered DLT platform RippleNet, making them cheaper and faster. Listen to this part. Modular offers its payments as a service platforms services to businesses located and operating in the UK and Europe. Among its customers are Swift, SEPA, BACS, CHAPS, etc. Besides, the company has direct connection to the Bank of England, thus helping its customers to settle funds there. While commenting on the new partnership, Ripple Senda Young, head of RippleNet in Europe, mentioned Modular as having a strong UK-based payment infrastructure and a chance to expand RippleNet, covering more companies and clients with it. This is enormous, not a small thing. And shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf, Michael Val 5 Links, and Mark Hoven for sending that information over. Empower Oversight filed a new request with the SEC seeking documents that would show how it searched for the records related to alleged crypto conflict of interest before claiming that no responsive records existed. This is the Empower Oversight pushing back on the first attempt to get information that the SEC is basically thumbing their nose and saying, yeah, we didn't find anything, get lost, right? Now they're saying specifically this request aims to uncover exactly how diligently the SEC searched for records relating to Clayton, Hinman, and Berger Communications. And by the way, Empower Oversight is asking for them to sign sworn affidavits on what they have or have not found, because if they get caught after doing that, it's not good. Crypto investors are eagerly waiting for the outcome of the much-heated Ripple versus SEC case, which many anticipate shall arrive by the first half of 2022. As of now, Ripple holds the edge as it continues to hold more points against the SEC. Now, I only show this so that we all don't know this and we all don't feel this way. But I only show this to just set the stage for where we're going here, because it is more about the entire crypto space. And there is a comment in here that I want to highlight from Bitwise Asset Management General Counsel Catherine Dowling, who says, either way, we're going to have an opinion that would be used by other players in the space to inform how they act and decisions they make. And that is what we're talking about. That's why it's shame on Chamber of Commerce and Perry M. Boring. Shame on Jake Travinsky and the U.S. Blockchain Association. This is really huge, and they have been really completely voiceless on the matter. Shame, shame, shame. Looking right here, James K. Filan reminds us, Ripple's general counsel says all roads don't lead to the SEC because the SEC doesn't have a rational regulatory framework, says Stuart Alderati, and I completely agree with him. And let's get to this. From Digital Asset Investor here reminds us, we have seen this before, but in light of today's talk of regulatory issues in the US on stablecoins, it's even more interesting to look at what the World Bank did. They referred to XRP and XLM as stablecoins. Yeah, take a look at this. I do remember this. Stablecoins refers to a class of digital currencies that are relatively stable in terms of their price. Stablecoins offer instantaneous processing and security of payments, as many cryptocurrencies do. They also offer stability with respect to their parity against fiat currencies. Two digital currencies that fall into this category are RippleNet's native digital currency, Ripple XRP, and Stellar Network's native cryptocurrency, the Stellar Lumen XLM. Both Ripple and Stellar enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments relative to correspondent banking. However, they differ in that the former aims at improvising cross-border payment settlement between international banks, whereas the latter aims to providing low-cost cross-border payments, financial services to end users and the unbanked population. You know, this is where we have come up with that whole XRP used for more back-end, XLM designed to be more front-end retail-facing, right? This is the same view that the World Bank has, right? And they see it as a stable coin. You know, when you look at these things as stable coins, then you come back to the notion of XRP, XLM plus stablecoin could equal price set. And that is what I started my channel based around the notion of, isn't it? It is. If you've been with me for any length of time, I do believe this is a possible outcome, and it would, in fact, make XRP and XLM currency. Now, what then? This is a very interesting point and notion to consider again, as DAI suggested here, because we're taking a look at the current climate and push with the executive order, the push to regulate stablecoins and cryptocurrencies. This is quite a thing to ponder here. Looking at this, it even bodes even more to the statement. Remember when I played this gentleman here who's been brought into the SEC for enforcement? Listen to what he says here.
In many of these cases, we've been able to secure meaningful relief for defrauded investors. For example, in addition to monetary relief, we've obtained undertakings that require issuers of digital asset securities to destroy tokens in their possession.
Now, we know that the SEC hasn't publicly gone after XLM and Stellar, but we also know in 2019 they decided on their own to burn their reserves, their escrow, right? Interesting, isn't it? Then the question has really come down in this case, what happens to the escrow with XRP? I don't believe they will burn it, but I have suggested greatly that the escrow releases could drop every month and the Treasury or the Fed could be there every month to buy that escrow, just like catching a brand new baby every month. See you again next month. Remember when we had this conversation with Jeremy Hogan? Highly speculative, but if they did that, then look at what Ripple is doing. They've stopped selling to the exchanges, but they're buying back off the secondary market, and they lend XRP. That is the actions of a bank exercising good monetary policy, is what I see. And when you see that, is it that much harder to see that through this case, you could see the escrow bought every month by the Fed or the Treasury, or maybe even by the G7 or G20? How hard is that to believe? I don't think it's that hard to believe at all.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.